was surprised, for assuming they're not in this game. Surprised certain enemies didn't come back in this second game. There was like a beetle type enemy that you fight, who, and the way you defeat it is by throwing Pikmin on its nose hole, with its little breathe-in nose hole. And whenever you do that, it blocks it up and it causes him to kind of like, I wouldn't say I have an asthma attack, but it's kind of like he's like stun blocked. He opens up his butthole and then you just stuff Pikmin in his butthole until they die. He didn't come back in this game. I'm kind of disappointed. However, they replaced him with these fuckers. Let's give you bulb that are either fire or I don't know if I ran any poison ones, but I definitely ran into this one, which is annoying as hell. Poison, ice, no ice. I remember anyways, this game. Is there any I mean, aside from the four-legged spiders that seem to do any one of the four different elements, poison, fire, electricity, or water, I didn't really run into anything too serious. Bringing the apple back, it's great. And we'll quickly skip over here to the local continue down the path. Oh. Please continue, thank you. I haven't delivered that apple yet, have you? I spoke too soon. IR asshole instead. Insect condo. It's a good name for a apple. Condo. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Hooray, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm sure the next level will be equally terrible. Looking around, see if there's anything for me to pick up. I'm guessing there's probably like a random chance they'll drop like honey or something here. Like that. Everyone loves honey, right? Turn my grass Pikmin into flower Pikmin. What has $5? Getting really mad. It's me, Chris! Actually, I'm on $5, but I am getting mad. That is a true statement. These fucking roly-poly guys are gonna make my life just the most miserable pile of I cannot stand this. I have to literally walk around, take these guys out, so I don't end up in the bottom of this sand pit and end up getting flattened because they happen to roll a fucking shit log like that. See that? Just lost 2 Pikmin because of that. I could have lost all my Pikmin. Very rude. Very, very rude. Very, very, very rude. Please shoot a freaking turd out your mouth, this other guy. Oh, you're not gonna do it because you hate? Yeah, you just an asshole. Right. Where the fuck up? Alright. Purple Pikmin, take your time. Take down that wall. I'll take down this guy. Okay, just kill one of my Pikmin. Great. Alright, well I guess you're dead. You're gonna kill you first. You're in my butt. Trying to make my life miserable. Classic. Alright, we took out the most annoying characters. Now we can go gather up our other Pikmin to hopefully remove these jellyfish-esque enemies. Let's do this. We'll break down one of these walls, and then while we do that, we'll have Olimar bring other Pikmin in for battle. Nice try. You thought you'd get him, but you can't. I got too many Pikmin to throw at you. Alright, that's one. No, I've got there's 2 more, right? There's this one, and there's a... Is there a bigger one now, or is this the big one? This is the big one, isn't it? He just ate my Olimar. It just ate my Olimar. It just ate my Olimar. Yeah, you'll be dead here soon, though. I don't mind. As long as you don't mind, I don't mind. I know yellow Pikmin. Good, grab both. Great. I'm just too heavy though. That's the problem. Fatty's like Olimar and Boss. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve to be inside big bubble guy because he's just too fat. Drop it. Yeah, drop the crystal ball. Take that back home. Pick up the other dumb things here maybe. Then we gotta find our path out. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Name, Future Orb. That's an okay name for that, I suppose. It's an okay name, okay item. Alright. Lot more guys. You do have to watch out though. I haven't run into them yet, but there's a possibility that the game could technically drop a bomb on top of me and just ruinize this entire run. I know this hasn't really been a dungeon where they drop bombs, but I don't know. Being one of the last areas you can do in the game, I have to imagine that anything is possible. Umbo! Nothing here. Nothing there. Must be this last area right here. Hooray, hooray. Come on, Bumbo, let's go. Oh, Alright, the gas guy got his flower. Got his flower badge. Everyone got a flower badge. Congrats. That was every Friday we go to lunch. All my coworkers go to lunch. We get an hour lunch. So typically we can get to and fro within about a half an hour. Sometimes it takes a little longer, like an hour and 10 minutes. Sometimes it takes us only 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Depends on where we go, how fast the service is, etc. Okay. We were driving out the other day, and my one coworker's son is in the Boy Scout. He was trying to get his son to get his have many different options for merit badges, but one of the merit badges, I guess, was some sort of like shotgun shooting or skeet shooting or something. But he didn't want to do it because his friend had done it. Apparently his entire arm had turned sort of black and blue because he couldn't, I guess he didn't shoulder the weapon correctly. And so because of that, his arm kind of got beat up because of it. So whatever. I mean, not whatever. I mean, obviously I feel bad for the kid, but like, I don't know. I feel like, well, on the one hand, I kind of feel like, why would you go for that merit badge if you never shot a shotgun before? But I guess there's the first time for everything. Anywho, I wanted to joke with the guy because they were talking about how the kid kind of got black and blue. I said, yeah, if he gets his shotgun license, then he can maybe get his elephant gun merit badge next. And I joked because we watched this video of these guys, I don't know, somewhere down in like, I don't know, like a Saudi Arabia, or I mean they were wearing like traditional like garb if you were going into the desert to keep, you know, in order to keep yourself cool. And a couple guys were wearing that kind of stuff. A couple of them looked sort of like more like Americans, and they were test firing this gun. Every time they would fire this gun would just kick back in such a horrible way that, like, you know, some of the guys would try to sit at the table and would knock them clear out of their chair because they weren't, I guess, expecting that level of backfire or whatever. Or conversely, such a terrible level for me. I hate these bomb throwers. They're so annoying. You just kind of drop the bomb, like, oh, gotta be aware of that. Ha ha ha. Oh, those guys are all dead. Ha ha. Whoops. But anyways, about the elephant gun. The guy's like, it's the booth they're sitting in is a range. Obviously, they're shooting down range, and the walls are covered with what I can only assume is some variation of like a bulletproof or sound resistant glass so that you're not blowing everybody's eardrums out. And everyone who tries to fire this gun, with the exception of maybe one guy who maybe had fired it once before and knew how badly it kicked back, was not able to hold up. Like the one guy had it, he shot it, it kicked back so hard that he dropped the gun, butt hit the ground, it shot another round into the ceiling. Like I said, another guy who's sitting in a chair, he shoots, pushes him back, topples him over. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny to watch because the guy, like, none of them, even though they're watching one guy after another, like on Jackass, even though they're watching one guy after another just completely fucking fail this thing. Each one of them pulls up their, you know, grabs their fucking bowling ball testicles and thwop them on the table and go, "No, man, I can do it. I'm man enough to handle this gun." In reality, they're just fakies. They're not real bowling ball testicles. They're more like, you know, ping pong or pea-sized testicles. You know, because there's too much gun for any man. Is what I'm trying to say. Ugh. So that was what I was sort of trying to refer to. Beep, bop, boop, beep, fart. Dream down. Although, sometimes they'll be like, hey, do you want to see what life was like back in the... Generally take the year, whatever year it is, subtract somewhere in the ballpark of 20 to 30 years. Like, let's look back on what winter looked like in the 1970s. Like, ooh, and all the kids that never have seen a fucking... weren't alive in this, 20 years ago, they all get to look back on it and go, I can't believe my mom and dad would wear something like that. Meanwhile, now that I'm starting to get to that point where they're doing the throwback stuff, like, oh, let's take a look at what the 1990s looked like. All my little kids, I don't have any kids, but all my little kids would be like, oh my god, Dad, I can't believe you wore Billabong shorts. That's so gay. Like, okay, kid, first of all, like, first of all, like, you weren't there. Second of all, not everything that you see in these videos were look good on anybody. Like, I will tell you, in the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s or the 2022s, do not wear a tube top. Do not wear a tube top bikini. It does not look good. It does not look good in any age, in any time period, in any instance. You want to go back to the 1940s, 1950s, whenever bikinis were first coming out. They did the tube top bikini without the straps. Didn't look good then. Didn't look good in the 60s. Didn't look good in the 70s. Definitely was not hot in the 90s. So says me. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you're 50 years old or something. You're like, I got my first boner from the tube top bikini that took my lady friend's boobs and squished them down like she's getting a mammogram. No. I understand why they did it. They didn't want the tan lines. You know what I mean? They didn't want them tan lines that are caused by, wearing straps. Okay, I get it. Fair. But you're going for a completely tanned look with no, like, no outline. Like, for instance, the farmer's tan, where you're tan from your wherever your sleeve ends down. You get like a nice golden tan as you're working down the field, but you take off that shirt and you're white as a ghost. I get it. People don't like that. They don't like the tan line. Okay, I get it. But you're going for, I look super hot without tan lines, but I look super ugly while I'm wearing my bikini. Whereas I'd rather you have, I'd rather you wear a super sexy, whatever, strapped bikini that just accents everything about you just super perfectly. And then if you happen to take off your top, oh darn, there's tan lines. Oh darn, I'm looking at boobs with tan lines. Oh, what a horrible, horrible day this is. Now, also extra sexy. So says I. You like pumpkins? You like smushing guys because you landed it just perfectly on top of their head, so it eats all their health. They could go left, go right. Do I care if they go this direction? Not particularly. It's actually the way I want them to go. Perfect. Perfect. If I were to rank game, like you often see like people, do the ranking system, which is based on like a couple sound bites where it has, I don't remember his name, but there's a guy who's relatively famous, streamer / YouTuber who goes woo, that's used as one of the sound bites, and then the other one there's another one that goes, something to the extent like, you know, it was okay. And then they do The Rock, and he goes, it was a complete pile of dog shit. The whole thing was a complete pile of dog shit. And then you have the guy who I can only presume, I don't know I can easily look this up, but again, I'm just thinking off the top of my head instead of, you know, referencing stuff I know, you know, before I sit down to record an episode like this. But I have to assume the guy was talking about somebody like either like one of the all-time greats of a sport, like Tom Brady, or maybe LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know, people that sort of stand head and shoulders above their competition. They refer to them. And the guy goes, "That's why he's the GOAT! That's why he's the GOAT!" You know? The GOAT! They're all funny in their own right, but like, you put them, you use that as part of like your ranking system. It was all right. You know, I think that's fair. Though I'm not really sure if the one where the guy goes, perfect. It was absolutely perfect. Or it's, you know, that's why he's the GOAT. I'm not sure which one is supposed to be like the top rating on that. Because if you're the GOAT, you're the greatest of all time, obviously. But if you're perfect, you're perfect. You know what I mean? You don't have any complaints. So in a way, like if you're saying, okay, this game is the greatest of all time, I imagine that would probably rank above, you know, could rank below GOAT status. You know, being perfect. It's a perfect game. It's a perfect game, but it's not one of the all-time greatest games. Because to be the GOAT, you have to not only be great, you have to be beyond great. But again, like I said, when you bring the perfect in, I don't know which one's better. Is it why is the GOAT? Why is the GOAT? Or is it perfect? They're like this. They're like two of the same ways of thinking about stuff, I suppose. But when I use the word perfect, like if a game, again, I'm kind of mincing words now because on the one hand, I'm seeing the value of both. Like I want to say when I say perfect, I literally want to mean perfect. But when you say someone's the GOAT, I mean you have to be serious. I mean you have to really be serious about a subject like a I don't know, we'll just say a video game or a sports player or something. So when you refer to someone as the GOAT, they have to be one of the all-time. You know, you can't just be one of the great players from your generation. You have to basically put up the kind of numbers that'll put you in the argument for the greatest player to ever play the game. I mean, if you want to be a LeBron or Jordan or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you can be that person, but you have to not only be the best, but you have to have the statistics, you have to have the success, and in some ways you also have to have the teammates, and that's often overlooked. Jordan is a great example of that. People argue, well, his numbers wouldn't have been so great if he didn't have Scottie Pippen, or if he didn't have Dennis Rodman, his numbers wouldn't be nearly as good. And I'm sure there's going to be an argument later on against LeBron in the same way. But I've watched LeBron pick up a whole team like the Cavaliers and will them nearly by himself into a NBA championship. I mean, I don't think they won. The year I was really paying attention, I don't think they won. I think they ended up losing in the finals. But I watched him will his team nearly by himself into greatness. And I understand the team game's a team game, so it's going to take more than one person to make anything work. But sort of what I'm getting at is, yeah, you get my point. Right, this is a I believe this is one of those... Yeah, this is a safety area. Probably got a stink bug in it or something. One of them little fart bugs. Oh, there's the golden one. So, yeah, if you flip him over by landing on him, you can do it multiple times. I don't know how many multiple times you can do it. But eventually he'll produce, like, red and purple juice. So... And then he hides, obviously. Like I said, there's probably a fart bug around here somewhere, too. They like to hide in this grass. Drives me nuts, because then they come out and they go... Pfft, and all my Pikmin die. But yeah, we'll fire up our Pikmin here. And then we'll cut the episode. Go down the next level, and we'll continue along. Whatever is down there is down there. But until then, I hope you guys all have a good one.